What's up, guys? This is your favorite YouTube commentator, GhostRobo, and we are here with some Black Ops gameplay, team deathmatch on Hanoi. It almost doesn't even matter what map or what mode, because I've got something far more exciting to share with you all. Get real close to your computer, get real close to your mic, it's a secret. I'm gonna rewind it back from the beginning and tell you from the top. Like, honestly, I just got done shaking my Black Ops Slump. Alright guys, so I don't claim to have the greatest kill-death ratio in all of Black Ops and all of YouTube. I don't have no 4.0 KDR like CNanners or XJaws or any of those guys. I'm a top-tier player in the sense that I finish at the top of the leaderboard consistently. I'm usually top in the lobby for kill-death ratio. But the past week, stuff like that just kept happening, where I was getting incredibly unlucky and going through some terrible, rotten, no-good games. It was fantastically awful. It was horribly awful. Things like that. I get assists instead of kills. It was God's wrath on me awful. Beautifully awful. Horribly awful. All kinds of awful. I think you probably get the point. But today, I finally changed things up, finally got out of that slump, and it has me super, super excited. One, because I can finally give a video that has to do with Black Ops, and two, because it makes things a lot more exciting to play when you're not constantly rage quitting and constantly being frustrated. I think the biggest thing that I did was went back to my my homeboy, the Famas. And before, I was trying to use the AK-47, I was trying to use the Commando, I was trying to mix things up just for a different variety. I didn't feel like I was reaching my max potential with the Famas. I was, for a week or two, about 2.0, 2.1, 2.2, but I wanted to get higher, and I figured if I have a gun that has a little bit more range, maybe I can do that. Instead what ended up happening was I'd use the Commando for 4 or 5 games, and I'd be like, I kind of like the AK-47 better, and I'd use that for 4 or 5 games, and I'd be like, screw this, it's not working, I'm using the AUG, something totally random. And you'll notice we skip forward a little bit here, speed it up, because it was a little bit of boring, what you may call camping, but I was protecting my kill streak because I was so excited that I even had one at this point. I'm currently running with Blackbird, Chopper Gunner, and Attack Dogs, and it's not a perfect game, but it definitely is putting me back on the right track, and I'm pretty excited about it. You'll actually see me using the Commando right here. But yeah, if you're having trouble with games and bad kill-death ratios and just feeling like you're totally not playing like you should be, I would highly suggest going back to whatever weapon you are most comfortable with, whatever weapon you have had the most success with in the past. Because once I heeded that call, and I was like, Mama, I'm coming home, Famas, F-A-M-A-S, I want you! And then I started doing well. I'm running with the Blackbird before Chopper Gunner and Attack Dogs, just to guarantee that when I do get that Blackbird, when I do have a solid kill streak, I end up getting something really good out of it. I don't want to get 7 kills and then die on the 8th. I'd rather have that Blackbird to lock down one of these stronger kill streaks. And more I'm coming to grips with the fact that as fun as Chopper Gunner is to use and as fun as it is to own people from the sky, it's not the greatest kill streak. And you'll see here that I have Gunner, I get a little too excited, and don't just wait for that Blackbird to reveal everything. And what do you think's gonna happen here? Yep, I get killed, right? That's so unfortunate, so frustrating when you're one away from dogs, which is like, once you have dogs and Chopper Gunner, you're pretty much guaranteed, 20 plus kills or 25 plus kills for the game, even if you just sit back and do nothing. But I'm going to crawl underneath this Jeep here, and actually I see this guy, so before I call in Chopper Gunner, I'm going to go pick up that kill. I would also suggest, if you have Chopper Gunner, don't go use it immediately, because you'll probably end up being found. Make sure you find a good spot, and on the way to finding that hiding spot, you may be able to kill a few extra guys along the way. I notice a lot of people get Chopper Gunner like, yeah, Chopper Gunner! Which it isn't even that exciting anymore, because everyone just tries to shoot it down immediately. But this is really cool, because one of my teammates uses napalm, and I end up stealing all of his kills from the napalm strike, because they were all waiting behind the wall of flames. But make sure you find that good hiding spot so you don't get killed. You can see me there in the green, and no one is even close to me. And this was actually one of my best Chopper Gunners as of late, just because I actually got a decent amount of kills in terms of between 6 and 10, as opposed to 2 or 3. Hanoi isn't necessarily the greatest map for Chopper Gunner, but it's a little better than something like Havana, or what's the other one, Cracked, which I don't feel are that solid. You can kind of just camp in a building and get out of the way. And unfortunately, our teammate there did not get out of the way, so he took our kill, which would have been a sure, easy extra one there. But what I think is interesting about Black Ops after playing for about 3 days of playtime is how my likes and dislikes in terms of maps has transitioned and changed. We should have got that guy. He's now hiding in the building, and this is one of the worst situations. No spy plane up, and there's a guy who knows where you are, but you don't know where he is, and I can't see him anywhere. I've got the Claymore, but more and more people are using Hacker and different things, or are shooting this to be able to walk right past it. So we're going to play a little cat and mouse with him and hide outside the window where he probably is not suspecting us. And we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, early on, some of my favorite maps had to be WMD, I really liked Havana actually early on, and now that's totally changed. I didn't like Hanoi at the start, and I really like Hanoi now, and I think it has a lot to do with as people become more familiar with the game and find out where the good hiding spots are. Like that guy didn't find out where the good hiding spots are. We picked him off nice and cleanly. We're actually using the Galil here, which I like to call the Galeek, because that's how I accidentally mistyped it in my my custom classes. But yeah, what maps do you like now after finding out where people go and all the different spots? It's cool how it transitions. What isn't very cool, though, is the fact that I don't like very many of the maps. And it's also not very cool when people sneak up behind you like that, and you can clearly tell that I'm not 100% up to top tier form yet, but I'm getting there. I've got a couple other pretty good games that I'm excited to upload here to my channel. And something I want to address before this game wraps up is the new series I'm starting. It's called Like Honestly, and you're probably wondering, GhostRobo, what the heck's going on? I saw the intro, and I'm clueless as we play another game of cat and mouse with this guy, and surprise, we gotcha! You are dead. Steelers fan. I don't like the Steelers. I'm more of a Lions guy myself, even though they suck. That's my team. But Like Honestly is going to be a series where I talk about something that's either got me really riled up or I'm really excited about, like in this case, you know, shaking my slump. But it's going to be a more directed talk, because after a while, you know, there's a million games of Black Ops on YouTube, and after a certain point, seeing someone kill guys and pick up a grenade and oh, now we've got the Blackbird, no, now we've got Napalm Strike, and oh, I went 22 and 5, or oh, I went, you know, whatever and whatever. After a certain point, it gets kind of tired. Unless you're having that 50-0 game, it's not necessarily the most exciting thing to watch. Something else that's not very exciting is the RCXD. I hate it when I'm the victim of an RC bomb, and I think it's a dumb kill streak to use just because you're left so vulnerable sitting there. And actually, this is one of the most vulnerable rooms on all of Hanoi. And before I was spending a considerable amount of time in this room and in that big house across the way, but lately I've become much more mobile, and wha-bam! Whoa, that was a pretty nice headshot. Mobility is definitely rewarded, especially with the Famas, especially with any high-powered assault rifle or sub. If you can maintain accuracy while moving around, obviously you'll be much more successful than just camping in a window, which ultimately will lead to frustration for the other team and frustration for yourself when you die. But while my team may be frustrated with this 6,400 to 7,500 loss, I am absolutely joyful at the fact that I have Shuck, my Black Ops Slump. Shuck, is that the right word? I think shucking's only for corn, so Shuck. We shook our Black Ops Slump, 23-3, 7.67 KDR, not too bad. I'm really happy and excited that I'm making my way back to solid Black Ops gameplay. But yeah, Like Honestly, we'll continue. Look for the next episode in that series very soon. I'm excited to see what you guys think. It's going to be totally different from this first one here. And if you have any things from the news or in the world or big events, small events, things you'd like to see covered on Like Honestly, just shoot me a message, leave me a comment, and we'll get that taken care of. So while I go upstairs and run around outside screaming and yelling in overjoyed excitement that I've shucked my Call of Duty slump. Shuck, that's not the right word again. Shuck! It's time for you fine folks to be thanked for watching. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, we will see you later.